Yo, 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 it's your boy Ultimate One from the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, and we are here another day on a Tuesday night, and we are going to be talking about this WWE Evolve debut. That it seems that every podcaster and everybody in the wrestling business is not or pretended that this was not news. WWE right now is planning to do or premiere a new show called WWE Evolve and whatnot. So this is the concept of them actually bringing back Evolve, something that WWE ended up buying back in 2020. And when Evolve was a separate company and whatnot. That's when you had guys like, the Young Bucks used to be going through there, Orange Cassidy, and so on and so on. But now it seems like WWE went and pulled out one of their old promotions, like they did back in ECW days, where they bought ECW in 2000 and then they ended up bringing them back 5 years later. And it looks like they're doing the same thing with Evolve. Evolve now is going to be called WWE Evolve. And now they plan to use this is to bring in young independent talent and whatnot, and supposedly this WWE ID that has been talked about for the last 3-4 months and whatnot, and where pretty much WWE right now is trying to take shots at the independent scene and pretty much is just wiping out probably much of the indie scene to pick up their talents and whatnot. And we must ask ourselves, what are their plans as far as this? Because look at the day they are planning to premiere this show, especially at Tubi. Now, Tubi, I'm sure that everybody could get that for free and whatnot, but is happening on March 5th. And March 5th is the same day that AEW are gonna have a show that Wednesday night. And it's the same day of their go home show that is gonna happen and whatnot. And the go home show for Revolution. Now, the go home show for Revolution, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with the Go Home Revolution because we don't have an idea how everything's going to turn out as far as AEW Revolution. But WWE is premiering this show on the same night that AEW is doing the Go Home show. Now, and it's not ironic that it's actually noticeable what WWE is trying to do here. Now, WWE, you know, they're trying to pretty much take over the whole wrestling industry. They're trying to take, no matter if it's in the indie shows, everything. They're trying to take over everything. You know what I'm saying? And right now, their partnership with TNA right now, if you really think about it, they're just watching most of the main talent from TNA. And when their contract is up, they're taking it. Okay. This is the same thing they're doing now with the indie shows, right? Where they're probably going to go end up taking all the best out of the indie and pretty much take out mostly all the good wrestlers from the independent show, which is not good for the indies because if you take a good talent that's the main guy from the indies, now they're not going to make money. You know what I'm saying? Indie shows really depend on the fans. And when the wrestlers depend on the fans when they go to these indie shows and they try to get people to, buy their stuff, buy their merch, whatever. And it looks like WWE right now pull out one of the dark side, the evil empire card, and now they're pulling out with this WWE Evolve. You know what I'm saying? And I think this should be a sign for TNA or what's coming for them. Because they did this to Evolve. They were working for Evolve for 5 years. They started working with Evolve back in 2014 and whatnot. Austin Theory came out of Evolve. I remember watching Austin Theory have his match, and I said, yo, that young guy, he's going to be somebody big and whatnot. He ended up going to WWE, but what has WWE done with Austin Theory as of late? Nothing. He won the United States title probably twice. He's the only one that I know that ever was to cash in his money in the bank for a United States title. I want you to understand what I just said. Okay? Austin Theory cashed in for a United States title shot on Money in the Bank. Okay. So this is the things that kind of worry me when it comes to these wrestlers. Now, if you think about it, this is not a bad idea, but as far as the WWE ID thing, and now all of a sudden they've got this WWE Evolve, they're pulling out the Evolve, but they're putting WWE in front of it. It's kind of taking a shot also at AEW, because AEW have announced that they were going to come out with AEW Shockwave, right? And so far with this AEW Shockwave, it has not happened. And I say to myself, why even bother to go and do this AEW Shockwave? You're good with what you have. You got Collision on Saturdays, and you got AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Why are you trying to make a third show? Okay. Right now, the wrestling schedule is packed. You got Monday Night Raw. You got Tuesday NXT. You got Wednesday. You got AEW Dynamite. Thursday, you got TNA. Friday, you got SmackDown. It's constant. It's constant show. Where are you going to fit in there? So to me, AEW should just stick to what they're doing, and that's play 2 shows. But WWE is pretty much, the way I look at it, they trying to like do everything possible. It's like they're putting their foot in the jugular of AEW and making sure that we're going to keep squeezing on them, putting all these shows, doing all these things, and going to Europe, something that WWE was not doing before. Now they're going to Europe all the time and whatnot. The only difference is that the one thing I can say they still doing constantly is lying when it comes to attendance. Because WWE went and said that they had 70,000 plus at Lucas Oil Stadium, and it was only 67,000. But regardless, I'm getting out of topic here. Regardless, we've just seen what's going on here. That WWE is trying to dominate not only the AEW and taking over like the North American. They don't even want to want a number 2. They trying to eliminate every possibility of AEW building any talent from the indies, because they're trying to grab everybody. They're trying to grab everybody. I mean, the funny thing is that we have a bunch of podcasters that always on YouTube, they're on Twitter, and they're doing this, and they talk about everything else except this. Nobody talked about this. They try to sweep this under the rug like this shit is not even happening. And we know, myself, I'm not a tribalist. I see what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. Let's ask this question. Why is WWE doing another premiere show? Why? You know what I'm saying? You could use NXT. You got NXT. Why don't you put the NXT there, guys, in there? But no, they're not doing that. They're doing Evolve. WWE Evolve. And then how they doing it? If you think this is not a shot at AEW on the same night that they have a go-home show, you're crazy. Now, you're probably going to say, oh, but there's going to only be independent wrestlers in this stuff. There's going to be, guys you probably never heard of, the best talent, whatever. It's still, people going to want to know who is coming to this WWE Evolve on the first night. And I don't even know if it's a 2-hour show or a 3-hour show, whatever. It really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is WWE is now doing another show, and then God knows it's going to be on a Wednesday. So pretty much now they're going to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. TNA is on Thursday. Nobody's touching that, and they're working with WWE. And then Friday. So pretty much they got the whole week and whatnot. Think about it. With WWE Evolve, they're going to have Monday Night Raw. They're going to have NXT on Tuesday. They're going to have WWE Evolve on Wednesday, TNA on Thursday, SmackDown on Friday, and then every other month for Saturday Night Main Event. So they got almost the 7 days. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes quantity is not better than quality. You know what I'm saying? And right now, AEW, yeah, they got their little stuff going on, whatever, but they got to understand that, AEW right now should focus only on AEW. Don't worry what WWE is doing, because right now what it looks like, I said, WWE just debuting this show on March 5th. The same night that AEW is doing a go-home show for Revolution. It's happening at the same time, 8 o'clock. It's they're going head on with AEW. Now, as far as numbers is concerned, I mean, I don't know, Tubi, because this is the new thing now. They pulling out numbers out of the ass just to prove that they are they doing good as far as streaming. Netflix had issues on Monday night and whatnot. People were complaining because I saw it online that they were having issues with Netflix, but they doing everything to show, oh, we're the best, we're doing this, that. Hey, by all means, WWE. I mean, they had a good Rumble. I cannot say, there wasn't. And there were botches as far as Penta hitting his 2 feet on the floor when he went over the rope. But it was good. But WWE is out here now trying to take over the whole wrestling industry. They're trying to monopolize it again. This is a direct shot at AEW and the indie scene. So, I mean, they're trying to, swallow everything that has to do with pro wrestling to give us, let's be realistic, to give us what we saw on Royal Rumble, which means when we saw, Ice Speed in the ring getting speared by Braun Breaker and a YouTuber inside a wrestling ring. Really? Come on, let's be realistic. But again, WWE is going to debut Evolve on March 5th, the same night that AEW has their go home show. So let me know what you think about this. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you think WWE is doing this on purpose, or they're just minding their business. They feel that AEW is not a threat. I think, to me, they still feel that AEW is a threat, even though I don't see AEW doing no 2 million or 1 million viewers, because they can barely pull 700,000 now. So, but at the end of the day, we got to continue, seeing what's going on with AEW, you know what I'm saying, if you're a real, true pro wrestling fan. So, guys, you want to follow me on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, check out the last episode that I did this past weekend. We give you the Royal Rumble's reactions. Let me know what you think about that and whatnot. It's crazy. Mickey Styles said they're taking advantage of the lower viewership AEW is getting, and they're going for the kill. Yep, pretty much. I mean, they're going for the kill for what? AEW still got a 4-year contract with TBS. So, you know what I'm saying? This shit could backfire, if anything. I mean, you bringing in the indie wrestlers to go into this Evolve thing and whatnot, and we won't know, we won't know if anybody comes out of that. You know what I'm saying? This is like 205. Remember WWE 205? That didn't last long. That lasted about a year. They did a tournament for the cruiserweight and then ended up because they weren't getting the viewerships. And you know what I'm saying? And they put it on Tubi. And Tubi, I don't know much about that channel. That streaming is free. I know that for a fact. But again, we just gotta see what happens and hope for the best. I mean, in a way, I could say it's probably an opportunity for these indie wrestlers that want to go to WWE. That's an opportunity for them there. So we'll see what happens. So again, guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Also, like I said, check out any content that you have missed. Hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Hit that like button and whatnot. We're going for 500 subscribers. Check out any content you have missed and whatnot. Check out the latest, my Royal Rumble reaction and what I thought about the pay-per-view and whatnot. So support the podcast, and also the podcast store, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. So that is it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoy this, and let me know what you think and whatnot, and continue supporting the podcast. Until then, I'll see y'all soon.